The first thing we want to talk about is the Betty Davis album cover. In case you're unaware of who she is, Betty Davis was the third wife of Miles Davis. She was Betty Maybury. In the beginning, when I first met her, she married Miles Davis a few weeks shortly after. I had no idea she was going to marry him, and when I met him, he mentioned that he was getting married that day, but he didn't mention her name at all. So it came as a surprise, but more of a shock because I understood Betty a lot more than Miles at the time, and at that particular moment in time, she was her own person. And I looked at her and I knew about Miles. We all knew about him. We said he'll devour her or vice versa. It'll be worse if she devours him. In any event, though, we get together and we begin to talk about costumes. She had this infinite passion to wear a certain look that was rock and roll cosmos. It was before there was gothic rock, wild western rock, etc., etc. She wanted to take it to a different version, opposite Star Trek or anything like that, her own version as to what the future of women was like in this particular field and this medium. And she wanted to hype that image as being the new perfect person, the super functress of a new genre in rock and roll classic eclectic music. Mixing it with jazz gave her the foundation she needed to perpetuate her dream, the myth, and of course, her ideas on the creation of this particular costume. And when you glance at it, your first thought is that, hey, that's wild, that's futuristic, that's this and that. As you gaze even closer, you can see all the metallic work that went into it. Each one of these metallic pieces or bits of skin are all metallic, covered by a certain new process that had just been developed. And this was 1967 or 68. And with other areas of the skin, we didn't actually finish this costume for a month because we were ordering other colors that didn't come in until a couple of weeks later, like the red, like the blue outline or the gold. So when I started getting things, I started adding things, taking away things, taking things in and out till we got it right. Her last in-depth look at the finished product was, let's not go with stripes on the top. Let's do a spider web thing on the bottom. That's when I kind of figured out that kiss of the Spider-Man moment that she shared with Miles that took him by surprise. And obviously, her hypnotic gaze and magnetic appeal looped him in. He eloped with her the following day. Right after this costume was finished, by the way. Later, it was photographed, used as an album cover. It's one of maybe over 3 dozen album covers I've done with costumes related to the artist, to the time, and to that period.